comes Jake Locker on the edge of the red zone for the first Husky snap. And it's a throwback to Locker, and he's wide open. The quarterback inside the 10 lowers his shoulder to the 5. Monster game in the Apple Cup. Motions out now. Empty backfield.
Quarterback run.
Locker strung out, hit for a loss. Predictable. Nebraska was all. This is Polk in the pistol behind Locker now. 4 receivers. And Polk has it. Downhill runner waltzes into the end zone.
Attention to details. Ball security maybe in the first quarter. Obviously, mood has changed over here on Nebraska's sideline. They are just very focused, a little down on themselves.
It is. I mean, you're dealing with 18, 19-year-old kids, and you got to work through that.
Locker keeps it after faking the handoff to Polk. There's dialing up lots of pressure on Locker on third down situations in the first meeting. They bring 6 tonight. And again, a tightly contested throw. Empty backfield. Collier and Polk both in the game, and this is Polk. Sort of a pro-style offense.
Good stuff.
Just what they want. Second and short after an 8-yard gain, and Locker quickly accelerates up the middle of the field and bowls for a first down inside the 35. A design. A surprising start to this one. 3:40 to play in the first quarter. Huskies up 7-0 on the Huskers, and this is Jake Locker. Fires out of bounds at 2nd September, driving, already up a touchdown. On 2nd and 10, this is Chris Polk. The physical runner spins away and picks up 10. And Husky history in that Apple Cup win. They needed to get here. This is Polk again, hammering right over the top. Oklahoma back here for the 2nd straight year against a team they handled in September. Locker rolling. Pressure just throws it away. We expected to see Locker on the road. Locker still hasn't completed a pass, but takes off another quarterback draw, and he is hit very on that record. 2nd team All-American, defensive MVP. 3rd and 10 for Locker. It's a shot. Receiver muscled out of.
Problem they had in September. The receivers could not get off jam coverage, and Denner just does it beautifully. I mean, he just forces him to the sideline. And
ended the streak at 90. For UCLA, it was Notre Dame as their nemesis. For Connecticut, it is Stanford. Lots more coverage, post-game reaction, plenty more coming up on SportsCenter.
They had great kickoff coverage, a couple plays early, and the penalty gave new life to Washington.
And they convert on 3rd and 2. Locker keeps it, almost falls down, and now slides for a first down just barely.
Make sure he secures the snap.
Hands it off to Polk, who cuts. Nice little move by Chris Polk, who's a north-south runner, but made a little lateral of yards rushing so far on 9 carries. Give it to Polk again. He muscles about a yard short of the marker. Aaron, what's going on? You have to be cautious. Huskies need a yard and 3rd down. Price from the shotgun. Fakes the run. Takes a shot down the field and overthrows Collier, who was open.
The Nebraska football team are one of the best in the country. Watch the fake. Step in, step back, and just a slight overthrow. But he had his man.
But Price. Yes. Price keeps it, hit, and stops short on the first down. Check it, that was Polk on the direct snap, and they stop him. Huskies sitting in a 3-point lead. And they give it to Polk.
Well, the thing you wonder,
Locker runs expected to be a big part of the Husky game plan tonight. Hard to be a pocket passer against Nebraska. They fake it to Polk. Locker trying to buy some time. Flips it over the middle into traffic and broken up. 2nd and 18. Locker pump fakes around the sidelines again, and once again, Curse is.
And again, these corners are physical, and they know how to play. And if a receiver just keeps widening, and you can get him to the sidelines, he's out of the play. So it doesn't matter where the ball.
And the Huskies, if they were going to play physical tonight, they had to watch it.
Yeah, Nebraska will do a lot until the officials throw a flag.
Right.
And Dennard has twice muscled receivers out of bounds and therefore out of the play. As Polk is corralled, they just run it on 3rd and a mile. And Collier in the game, flanking Locker. He pitches. This is Polk. Not much. Again, they able.
Pass defenses in the country.
Pretty leisurely use of the clock after the 2-yard gain on 1st down. This is Polk hammering ahead. Huskies do have a couple of timeouts. Need to finally now on 3rd and 2. Snap it. Polk. Another 1st down to the 45. And now
All those other interior defenders to double and combo coverage. And right now, Washington doesn't have an answer in their passing game.
Locker pump fake, tries the sidelines, and again, this time flag does.
Washington's not doing it. They're playing right into the hands of the Nebraska corners.
Washington still with the 2 timeouts. We're getting close to field goal range as Locker takes a shot again against Dennard. This one thrown behind 8-yarder. Still 2 timeouts to use. So they'll run it with Polk. Gets the corner, slips down after getting a 1st down. Still choosing not to burn a timeout. Locker spikes the ball.
Well, they've got
At the beginning of this drive, I wasn't convinced they were going to try to create something, but now they're in position to kick a field goal as tackle is made behind the line, and now
game outside is going to be very difficult.
It's 3rd and 11. 10 seconds before halftime. Locker pump fake, fires across the middle, and it's dropped. So Locker sets up at the 47-yard line. Polk, tailback in the I formation. Play action. Locker looking for his first completion. Instead, will scramble for no gain.
Numbers.
Thankfully, it's clearing pretty quickly here, and we appreciate the support. And 2nd and 11. Again. Hand off, and it'll set up a 3rd and long as Cameron Meredith 250.
Yeah, right.
We'll see if Locker can complete a pass. On 3rd and 8, looks right, throws downfield, has a man, and there it is. Completion inside the Nebraska. Locker bobbles it, keeps it, has a crease, hammers down into the end zone. Marched off against Nebraska so far. Locker on 1st down, scrambles, shows the instinct, the elusiveness, and picks up 12. And that burst the scouts here tonight love to see. Locker still has it, fires it short. And the catch made underneath by Goodwin. Picks up about 4. Gets into Nebraska. So Goodwin has both completions that Locker has thrown tonight. This is Polk on the fly sweep. And Polk corralled this year.
You know, the amazing thing, when we talked to both Carl and Bo Pelini, they said, you know, he had some games this season where he had like 16, 17 tackles, but makes plays.
And
knows
just
where the football
broke
is.
the school record, Todd, of Barrett Rood for tackles in the season with 150 as Locker scrambles on 3rd down, fires a dart low. Martinez's face. This is Polk, slips a tackle in the backfield and gets about 4 more. Started against Colorado when Martinez was injured. If he can go, and a slip there. That was Camp. 3rd and 8.
This is where Jake Locker needs to be smart. He's done a nice job of managing the game. If it's not there, your defense is playing really well.
Locker scrambles, takes off. 1st down.
Very lucky that didn't get flagged.
Action. Locker looks downfield, now flips it short. Complete to Polk, who's an effective receiver. Here's the backup quarterback. But it's Locker trying to add the lead on 1st down now. Polk hammers straight ahead. You can hear the pads popping.
A lot of upside. I mean, his best football is ahead of him. It's not behind him.
This is Polk. Knifing. Still running hard down to the 15. And we talked to Jake Locker, and he's not.
And he knows what's important to him in his life and in his family's life.
And he's really loved playing college football. Has not regretted the decision at all. Empty backfield. Locker is scrambling, trying to buy time, and now just throws it away.
And there'll be a team out there that'll be a big fan of Jake Locker.
Locker again takes off. Quarterback draw. Didn't appear to be much there, but you can see the quickness. He just made something of that play. And through the attempted arm tackle of Terrence Moore. Huskies quickly to the line on 1st and goal. Polk on the toss. Stopped for no gain. Second and goal. Hammering straight ahead is Polk down to the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
I'll take as well.
And now they're a yard away from a 17-point lead. Locker's got it. Hit short of the goal line. That would.
Well, take a look at that attempted touchdown run. Polk is going to run right in here, and everything's going to crash down. If he just stays outside another foot, he probably goes in, but he felt the pressure, and he fell inside with their minds. And Nebraska's playing their backup quarterback right now. So let's not do anything stupid either.
Polk sidesteps a man and picks up about 2. We know that this has been a struggling Washington program, the defense order than it is in the first 3. They fake it to him. Locker on the bootleg. Still alive. Locker lowers the head and picks in 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 12, which it would have been. Locker again, quarterback draw, knifes forward, takes a big shot in the back. College game.
And then this, what he's doing right now, is what he came back to Washington for his senior year.
Polk hammered. 67 yards rushing for the quarterback. Play action on 2nd down. Scrambling again. Before he goes down, throws it to Polk. And Chris Polk down near the 30 has a 1st down. Now Polk stopped for no gain. Just a split second before have gotten to a bowl 2 years removed from the win of the season. It's Callier. Only 6 of those in what you'd call a being 3rd down. Can't really afford a negative play to stay in field goal range for Eric Folk. Empty backfield. Here comes the pressure. Locker just throws the way. Couldn't take a sack.
I think that's the thing that concerns the Alabama defense as much as anything, the balance of the Spartan offense.
This is the sure-handed Polk.
As you know, the loss in the Big 12 championship game wasn't so much. This is.
Polk continues his big evening. Dragged down near the 25-yard line. Polk again, knifing up the middle. Gets 10 more.
3 and 6 at that point. And they came back to win their final 3, and it looks like they'll win their 4th in a row to cap the season.
This is Callier, the freshman, fighting for the end zone. Apparently. And now the victory formation. And Jake Locker in his final game was a